and welcome to my series. So if you are new here and you're not familiar with what I'm doing in this series, you can go back and watch day 1. I have a playlist link in the description box and also at the end of this video. And so basically we are creating a set of 6 tags. The first 6 tags have already been completed. And then we created a box for those tags to go in. And we were using a paper pack called Penguin Playmates. And I had people comment and use the hashtag penguin if they wanted to get entered to a drawing where they could possibly win one of those paper packs, because I was giving 2 away. And so now we're getting ready to start the next set of 6 tags, and we're using a whole different paper pack, and we're going to I'm also going to give 2 away of that paper pack, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And I'll give you a different hashtag to use to comment for the next 6 videos, including today, and then also the one where I'm going to be creating a box for those 6 tags. But we've also been opening up the Stampin' Up 2025 Crafting Advent Calendar each day. I didn't do that when I made the box, but we're going to go ahead and continue opening up and revealing what's behind the rest of the 6 days that we have left that we have not opened up. And this Crafting Advent Calendar comes with a stamp set. And so I am really excited to start playing with this, but I'm not going to be using any of the products from this until December, when I will have another series where I will be making 12 cards using the products from this. So let's go ahead and open up our next day. So we've already done 1 through 6, so now we're moving on to 7. So here is 7, and let's see what's behind here. And like I said before, I had watched a reveal of this a long time ago, so this is kind of a surprise because I've already forgotten what's behind each door. Oh, but then once I see it, I remember. So it's a set of dies here. They're really cute. Let's see if I could pull in a piece of cardstock here so we can lay them out, because then you can see the different shapes. And I really like, so they're all the same. This one right here has some more detail in it that the other ones don't have. So kind of like a stitching there. So the other ones don't seem to have that. Okay, so in day 2's video, I showed you what I'm using to hold my dies that I'm getting in this. And I've linked this Amazon link in my description box on all the videos in case you're interested in getting it. But what I've done is I've titled it 2025 Stampin' Up! Crafting Advent Calendar. And so here's where I will be putting whatever dies we get in this. So I'll just pull this out and might as well just add these in there while I have it. Let's see, I can probably fit that there. And let's see, I might have to do a little rearranging here. Or I might have to take this to another page. We'll see. I guess what I could do is put some of these down here. And then that'll help me make room. There we go. Just got to get creative, right? And what I love about this is that this binder comes with the magnet sheets and these envelopes. And I think it is so cute. And then you can put any miscellaneous dies that you want in here. So there we go. That is day 7 of the Crafting Advent Calendar. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what I have for the next tag. So what I did, and here's the funny part. I like to cut a piece of cardstock 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I like to put any designer paper that I want on it before I die cut out the tag, because then that way it'll all be together. And so in my mind, I thought, oh, I'll put it on real red cardstock, and then that way I don't have to do another one for the back here. But that doesn't work, because see, then the stitching is not this, it's the opposite, and I don't like that. So this paper pack that I'm going to be using for the next set of 6 tags is this one right here, and we'll go through each of the papers. And it is called Peaceful Prints. And so you'll get this design, and there's the back side of that one. You get this design, and the back side of that one, which is what I used on today's tag. Then you have this, and there's the back side, which I've also used on today's tag. Then there's this one, and there's the back side. And then we've got snowflakes in the back side of that one. And then these reindeers and the back side of that one. So I'll be using this paper pack for the next 6 tags. And I will also be using, and I'm not going to be exclusive to this, but I will be using the Peaceful Deer, and it came bundled with this punch. So I'll probably be using this a lot in the next 6 tags. And for today's tag, I used the tailor-made dies. And then for what I did was, for the front here, now this one I just used the designer paper, and I cut out the next layer of the tag, so that'll go there. And then I pulled in, I did this Merry Christmas that's from the Peaceful Deer stamp set, and I wanted to cut it at an angle on the side so that it would kind of match the angles in the paper. So that's going to go down there. And then on the back side, I did my tag after I put a strip of that paper here, and at the bottom, I die cut it out. And this is in Sahara Sand. And then I did my stamping, and the sentiment came from the Peaceful Deer. Now the to and from came from this Candy Cane Christmas. And I did my stamping in real red. And then I wanted a deer for the front of my card. So I ended up using my stamp positioner, because whenever there's a solid image like that and there's words in it, this one says, oh, what does it say? Oh, what fun. So whenever there is solid images like that, I definitely use a stamp positioner, because I usually have to ink it up. This one I think I inked up 3 times. And then for these antlers, well, that was interesting. I really wasn't sure. So what I did was I punched out these 2 right here from the punch. And then I eyeballed stamping this. Now this is one stamp. This is what it was confusing to me. I might cut that in half, but I went ahead and stamped it on top of the little piece that I punched out that looks like this. Well, that wasn't easy. So But when you stamp it like that, it doesn't fit in the punch because here's one of the antlers and here's another one. So I'm thinking that I might cut that in half and then just stamp them individually and then put it in the punch. Because the way I did it was a little difficult, trying to line it up on top of what I punched out already. But you know what? It worked out good. I think I did a pretty good job. And I stamped it in the tuxedo black because there's black in my designer paper. So that'll go on the front of the card. And then for covering up our little holes there, I went ahead and for the back side here, I just did some of these from the designer paper. I thought I would put that one there. And then I did that same striped one and I thought I'd put that one there. So then all I have to do is find a ribbon that I want to put through there. And for the last set, I used the same one. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that again this time. But we will go ahead and figure that out. And then I will go ahead now and put it in fast mode and put this together. And then we'll come back to see what it looks like in the end. Okay, there it is, complete. As you notice, I was fighting with the ribbon that I chose. I decided on the last set I was coming in from the front and doing what I did here, but I didn't like the way that looked for some reason with this ribbon. So what I decided to do is go with this natural braided linen trim for all my tags, because this paper that I am using tends, and the design, the theme kind of seems to be more rustic or more, I don't know, rustic, I guess. And so I thought this would be cute to have this kind of natural looking trim for my tag tie there. So there it is. There's the front, there's the back, and as you notice, I popped up the reindeer there and then also the sentiment. So now let's pull back in the paper again. So again, I have enough of this paper. Last time I think I had 10 of the penguin paper, and look, I have about, what is it here? Six of this one. So I'm going to be giving away 2 of these. And so if you want to try to get entered into the drawing for this paper pack, then when you comment on my video today, and then the ones coming up, and then also the one that I use to create the box that's going to hold these tags, then let's go ahead and, since this is called Peaceful Prints, let's go ahead and do hashtag peaceful. Last time it was Penguin Playmates, and so we did penguins. So I think I like that hashtag peaceful. So let's go ahead and use hashtag peaceful for this paper pack if you want to get entered to win that. Okay, well, there we go. There is our first tag in this set. Hope you enjoyed this tag in this video, and if you did, you can show me your joy by giving it a thumbs up. Okay, well, until my next video, have fun crafting, everyone, And remember, choose joy, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.